What's up guys, JohnnyBoy90 here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video I want to show you guys this cool vintage R.L. Stine Goosebumps book that I found a while back this year at a Goodwill. I found it at my local Goodwill thrift store for only 25 cents. That's right you guys, I found this iconic Goosebumps book for only a quarter. 25 freaking cents. This is my favorite Goosebumps book slash episode of all time. The Haunted Mask 2 is my all-time favorite Goosebumps book slash episode of all time. Like, it's totally my favorite of all faves because I can remember back when this episode first aired back in 1997, which back then I was 7 years old. Gosh, that was a long time now, but yeah, you do the math. But back in 97, your boy was 7 years old, and I could remember seeing this episode of The Haunted Mask 2 for the first time on a Saturday morning on Fox Kids. And they did it in two parts, like they always do for, like, you know, the long episodes of Goosebumps for the kids shows. So they did it in two parts. Like, the first part was on one Saturday, and then they left a teaser at the end where you would have to come back the next Saturday, the following weekend, and watch the, like, you know, continuation to conclude that particular episode. So, you know, back then in 1997, when I was only 7 years young, that's what I did. And it was so worth it, and it was so cool, and I could vividly remember watching it with my brothers and my cousin Jen. So shout outs to my brothers and, you know, my cousin, because, like, we went hard. Like, we were like Team Goosebumps all the way, and I think that's what resonated with me becoming such a huge fan of the iconic Goosebumps and being such a fan of, like, the R.L. Stine Goosebumps books as well. It started first with the Goosebumps books, you know, scholastic, from, like, you know, elementary school days. So grade school, you know, that's where always at the book fairs or, like, the book clubs where they would have, like, you know, the sales and all that stuff. You know, they'd be selling snacks, pencils, erasers, you name it, of course, books. Like, that's where it first started. I can remember being 5 years old. I love Halloween, so maybe that's why too I'm a little biased about, like, you know, that why this is my favorite book slash episode of all time. So I guess that's one thing. And then another thing too, I love, like, you know, the suspense of, like, you know, when something gets stuck or, like, you know, something goes wrong. And, like, with this particular book slash episode, you know, all of that happens and then some. It's like a total, like, you know, tornado in a blender of, like, you know, so many bad things that went wrong. Steve couldn't breathe once he had the mask on. Like, you know, he could not function properly because he was, you know, growing old so rapidly. And yeah, it was all part of the evil haunted mask. And once again, you know, shout outs to Goodwill. You can find great stuff there. Don't skip out on the DVD slash VHS slash books section, because look what I copped. If I can, like, find some true gems, I think you guys can too. If you guys are hunting for anything in particular, you know, just give it a chance. And, like, you know, with these thrift stores, you could get lucky too. Just check out how creepy, how iconic and ahead of its time this freaking artwork was for back then. And it says, Steve Boswell will never forget Carly Beth's Halloween mask. It was so gross, so terrifying. But this year, Steve wants to have the scariest costume on the block. So he gets a mask from the same store where Carly Beth got hers. It looks like a creepy old man with stringy hair, a wicked face, and spiders crawling out of the ears. Steve's definitely got the scariest mask around. Too bad he's starting to feel so old and so tired and so evil. And then, of course, no Goosebumps book by R.L. Stine wouldn't be complete without reader beware, you're in for a scare. Goosebumps. And then it says also available from R.L. Stine, The Headless Ghost. Yeah, and I guess this is Goosebumps number 36, The Haunted Mask 2 by the one and only R.L. Stine. And check out the price, you guys, because this was released back in 1997. back then you could get this book for $3.99 for $4. $4 US dollars right there. You could get this iconic book. Like, you can't beat that. It was well ahead of its time and so cool. So great. Miss the good old 90s. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, you guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys like Goosebumps or like this particular book / episode in particular, go ahead and give me a huge thumbs up down below. It'd be much appreciated. Do it for Goosebumps and R.L. Stine and myself. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.